Alright, we're gonna do this. Just got out of school. School's out for the summer. I made this video yesterday, 2 days ago, and it ended up being really boring. I started to edit it, and yeah, I was bored. It got tiresome. So we're gonna try this again. This is stuff that I got like 6 weeks ago. I've tried making this video too many damn times. We're gonna do it because I'm in a good spirits, so let's do this shit. So pretty much, I went to a citywide garage sale in a nearby town. There's only like 5,000 people there, so there's like 2 or 3 garage sales on every street. Me and my dad were hitting a bunch of them. And at one point I started walking, but yeah, here's what we got. I'm gonna sit down here. I know this is a bit unorthodox. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna upload this to YouTube. First things we got were these 2 PS2 games in ghetto cases. We got Rainbow Six 3. I hope it's better than Rainbow Six 1 on PS1 because that game sucks. And we got Fireblade. Never heard of it, never played it. Probably a mediocre game, but whatever. And then I went to this one garage sale, asked if they had any video games after looking around. And the woman was like, I don't think so, blah blah blah. Then she gets her husband or brother or something. And the guy had like a southern accent. I mean, this is Minnesota, I don't know why he had one, but whatever. So he says he has a Super NES in the basement. And well, I hooked it up because I didn't want to wait 6 weeks or however long it's been to hook it up. So sorry, but here it is. You got the Super Nintendo, you got the 2 controllers. This one is actually one that works because of the 2 controllers that he gave me, this was the only one that worked. I'm letting a friend of mine borrow Link to the Past. That came with it. Super Play Action Football, X-Men Mutant Apocalypse, Turn and Burn No Fly Zone, Animaniacs, Super Mario World. It's got a big label, which is pretty cool. Especially since this is one of my favorite games of all time. So yeah, it's really cool. I had a small label version. Small labels are for pussies, so. Alright, I guess that wasn't that funny. But you got Killer Instinct and this, nice black cover, dark skin. And you got Super Mario Kart, which is like my favorite game of all time when I was in 3rd grade. There are minor things that annoy me nowadays, but I still really like it. Just not as much as I used to. Came with these instruction manuals. You got Link to the Past and beat up shape. Got a Super Nintendo instruction manual. It pretty much just tells you how to put a game into the cartridge like you're 3 years old or retarded or something. But it's still pretty cool because the Super Nintendo is my favorite system. Instruction manual for Super Play Action Football. Confidential playbook for Super Play Action Football. And the Super Mario World instruction manual, which is cool to have because, like I said before, it's one of my favorite games of all time. And it's a neat little collectible. Even though I know all the secrets in that game by now, unless there's something super rare or something, I pretty much know the ins and outs of the game. So, but it's still cool to have because I still really enjoy the game. So yeah, all that stuff, the hookups and everything, that was $20. I offered him $20 and he was even surprised I wanted that. So I could, in the back of my mind I was thinking 10, but you know what? I probably would have ripped him. I probably would have felt guilty for giving him such a low price for such a great system. And as far as these games, well, I sold my the copies I had before I got these I sold my copy of Link to the Past, Super Mario World, Killer Instinct, and Super Mario Kart. Because I already had those, and there's just a special charm about getting stuff at garage sales, so I kept these ones. But to be perfectly honest, other than Super Mario World and Super Mario Kart, I'm not a big fan of the rest of the games. Yes, I included Zelda. Zelda, I'm not a big fan of it. Suck it, okay? I don't care. I don't like wandering around for 2 hours trying to figure out where the hell I'm supposed to go. That concept is way better executed better in Portal when you know the answer lies in the room. But with Zelda, it could be all across this huge big world and it just gets frustrating because you're just wandering around and all that. But you know what, it's fun. It's fun at times, but sometimes it does get to that point where it's like, fuck this game. And yeah, here we go. We've got a boxed Atari. I'm not going to open it up because I don't really feel like it, but this is like, I swear to God, this is like a new condition. I'm not even sure if the guy ever played it. It also came with these wireless remote video controllers. There's well, you can see on the box, there's like a receiver that goes on top of the TV. I got an HD TV, so I can't really do that, but it's still pretty cool. Although it says $40 here, he gave me a deal, and he gave it to me for $30. And I also picked up some games. Hold on, well, this isn't a game. It's the Ocarina of Time Perfect Guide. Oh, the official Perfect Guide. And I've never played Ocarina of Time, but if and when I ever find it at a garage sale, I'm using that. And Ocarina of Time is going to be the last chance I give the Zelda series, because the other ones kind of piss me off. But I've heard even people that don't like Zelda like Ocarina of Time, so I unfortunately have hype and high expectations for it. It also came with this very dusty Super Nintendo cleaning kit. I picked that up because I asked if he had any games, and he went over to like this table that was like covered in sawdust, and it was a pretty sweet garage. It was, I mean, I couldn't pick a better place to get games for cheap. It just seems like the garage sailing way to me. You got City Connection, not that good of a game. You got Airwolf with the instruction manual, not that good of a game either. You got Spyro Year of the Dragon, which is very easy, and I think it's designed for 5-year-olds, but I guess it's an alright game, and I've only played it once. Baseball, which would have been a way better game if you could actually move the outfielders, because sometimes the ball will go right in between their legs and they're just like, huh? But other than that, it's a good game. You got The Goonies 2 with the instruction manual. The Goonies 2 is it's an alright game. I haven't really felt an incentive to go back to it, so take that as you will. Let's see. I went to this one garage sale where there's like this fat lady there, and she had like her teeth sticking out or something. You know, keep in mind this is Minnesota, but something about small towns, people listen to country music and are fat and, you know, kind of have accents. I don't know. Maybe it's that way all across the country. If it's a small town, people go all southern on you. So I asked if they had any video game stuff. The husband goes into the house, grabs 3 PS3 games. One of them was Need for Speed The Run. I offered them $2 a piece for the games. She's like, I don't know, that's kind of low. And I was like, okay, well, what'd you take? And she's like, well, Need for Speed The Run is $20 at Walmart. I was like, okay, well, I don't want that game. How about these 2 games? He's like, I want $5 a piece for them. I was like, alright, fine. I just wanted to get out of there. I didn't feel like bargaining with them anymore, you know? So, oh yeah. The games were Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection and Modern Warfare 2, which I remember when it was cool to call Modern Warfare 2 the worst game of all time. Hell, here is a bunch of games that I'm gonna, you know, a little side thing here. Here's a bunch of games that I'm going to sell. Okay. Well, this one I mean, pretty much all of these suck. Except for Counter-Strike Source, which, because, you know, it's like a code thing. Like, you can only play it if you have a code. So that's why I'm selling it. But the rest of these games suck way worse than Modern Warfare 2. Or are just mediocre games. NBA All-Star Challenge, this is a piece of shit. Don't tell me that Modern Warfare 2 is the worst game of all time after playing that. How about this game that I'm probably going to review at some point? Time Slip? Oh my god, that's a horrible game. You know, a lot of these games were bought at a time where I was like, well, I want to play video games. I don't want to spend $50 on Chrono Trigger, which is way more now. So it's like, oh, I guess I'll just get the cheaper games. Maybe I'll run into a hidden gem. Most of them suck. That's why they're cheap. That's why you gotta look for these games at garage sales, bitch. I don't know why I went all Jesse Pinkman there. That's his last name, right? The Breaking Bad guy? Yeah, you gotta look at them in garage sales. Just don't look at them. Just don't go to garage sales if you live in southern Minnesota, because I've already run into a lot of garage sales where it's like, oh, we just sold N64 stuff. Quite frankly, that sucks. So that's the video game stuff, because if I talk about the DVD stuff, it'll go on even longer than it already is, which this video already is too damn long, even though I'm rushing through it. And I also got Guinness World. Oh, I did forget one video game thing. It's a PSP case. Ask if they had any video games, because that's what I like doing. If I see one video game related thing, I ask if they have anything else, because I sound like less of a nerd or a loser or whatever. And I found this. It's 50 more classic games for Nintendo DS. If I can find one of the 2 chargers I have for the Nintendo DS, I'll definitely play it. But otherwise, not yet. So I'm going to put all this shit away. You get to watch me do it too, unless I edit it out. Which I can finally do, because I had to hack my computer to get Sony Vegas to recognize MOV files.